Bobby Smith, and this is Cleaning Up Our Future. So why trash and microplastics matter? Imagine taking a sip of water, breathing in fresh air, or enjoying your favorite meal, only to realize with each of the action, you're unknowingly consuming tiny plastic particles. So the growing issue, there's a lot of people don't know about these things, and they're becoming more and more prominent every year. There's these small pieces of plastic, less than 5 millimeters in size. These pieces of plastic can be ingested, and they go into seep into the soil, seep into water sources, and have a lot of harm. So plastics don't disappear; they just shrink down into very small things, but they're still prominent. And what did I do? So I picked up garbage over the summer. Why I chose this? Well, I just like helping out the community in parks, and seeing all the garbage at parks and stuff makes them less, they look less appealing to go into. Places I cleaned a lot of places. I have a map of the parks on the next slide. What I found all types of garbage, mostly plastic though, because pretty much everything's made out of plastic nowadays. So after seeing everything made out of plastic, that's when I kind of started thinking about my research paper and realizing looking at what happens to plastic and if it even degrades and how long it takes to degrade. Time spent, discuss on this slide. Here's the garbage I found. Lots of plastic. Okay, so July 22nd, I went to Esquire Park. I spent about 3 hours there picking it up. I picked up under the trees first, and then I went to, the wind was blowing, and along this softball fence field, there's a lot of trash getting blown along that, and I picked all that up, and there's a big entrance sign kind of like this on the other side that I picked up around. And then I went to the Grandview entrance. It was an entrance to a highway, and along this white picket fence and that chain link fence, there's a lot of garbage, and then on the other side, against the guardrail to the actual highway, there's a lot of garbage there too. And I went to Freeman Park. Freeman Park is just a really big park that there's usually a lot of garbage left on tables and in these peninsula things, I'm not sure what they're called. So I just picked up all the garbage on those and picked up on the trash, and then went to a playground and picked up a lot of garbage there. And I went to a new park. I was just fishing with a buddy at Heritage Park, and realized there's a lot of garbage along the rocks and fishing line and leftover debris. And this park's brand new. And I was that's kind of crazy to do, but how much garbage there was. But I picked up there for about 2 hours along the rocks. These rocks are all over the park. Then I went to the Old Butte Soccer Complex. I spent about 3 hours there. It's another big one. When I went, there's a soccer tournament going on, so a lot of garbage from that. So I picked up around the bleachers, mostly around the soccer fields. In the nets, there's garbage stuck under. And then I didn't have enough hours from the summer, so when it came spring and the snow started melting, I went to Toffus Park because I play hockey there. And so after practice, I saw all the garbage there after the snow melted, so I just picked up some garbage from there. These are just pictures of, this is a chain link fence, there's some garbage along it that I picked up. Under this tree, there's a lot of garbage stuck along the chain link fence. Okay, so now that I talked about my project, I'll talk about the paper and research I did. I did research on trash and microplastics. So like I talked about before, trash doesn't disappear, and it takes a long time for most things to deteriorate. Common sources of this are plastic straws, plastic bags. A lot of plastic debris is the main source of garbage, and it doesn't get taken care of very well. There's garbage everywhere, and especially when you go to big cities and stuff, you see the garbage everywhere on the streets, on the ground. The environmental impact, so this impacts everything. It impacts the air from microplastics that you can inhale in big cities. In the ocean, there's plastic and debris everywhere that turns into the microplastics. In soil, there's microplastics and plastics seep into the soil, and this yields less growth in the soil, and less crops are able to be grown successfully when there's plastic in the soil. So deeper on microplastics. Microplastics are everywhere. These things are in ocean, air, land, soil, in every single animal, pretty much every single human. They're even being found in placentas, and so babies are being born with microplastics already inside of them. These health risks, the microplastics disrupt hormones and also mess with growth in animals and fish, and it's completely like endangered some species of fish that have completely stunted growth, that are like really small and really not able to reproduce anymore. And also plankton eat them thinking they're food, since they're very small like plankton, and then those get eaten by bigger things, and it completely disrupts the entire food chain. It also disrupts the environment, seeping into soil, oceans. It kills, what are they called? The ocean like debris and sand beaches, and like makes beaches unpopular because of tourism and stuff. Long-term consequences, this is just becoming more and more prominent, and the more plastic we produce, there's more plastic being produced than plastic that's being like taken care of or actually properly disposed of, just causing higher risk of problems from microplastic. So fighting microplastic, there's a couple ways we can fight microplastic. We can reduce plastic use, so going to restaurants and stuff and using not plastic straws, but like asking for paper straws, and if we were able to be able to like have restaurants not use plastic straws, or like buying a metal straw and like bringing your own straw, being able to not use plastic as much with plastic cups and stuff, like making sure you're reusing it, like if you use one for Maverick or something. Use recycling. In a lot of places recycling isn't required. In California I believe it is, but like in Idaho it's not required, and a lot of people do not recycle here, but it's not that much more expensive I believe, and I don't know. Having a recycle bin also helps reduce like the amount of trash filling up your trash bin, and they're really useful. My family has one. And then support cleanups. Yeah, so like supporting cleanup methods, and when you see people out cleaning up parks and stuff, either by just helping clean them up, or like helping the people that clean them up with like giving them water or food or anything like that, really just helps. And then spreading awareness of these microplastics, because a lot of people really do not know about these, and I mean it's a very new thing that's being researched about the health risks and stuff, and there's already a lot being found on it. That's some more garbage I found. So what this has taught me, seeing the problem firsthand in like parks, even in a small place like Idaho Falls, seeing how much garbage there was kind of crazy to me, because I only picked up for like a week or two, and there's a lot of garbage out that I picked up. Understanding the bigger picture, like I just want to clean it tomorrow and like help clean the earth up, and you know, having a better future for people. Impact of small things, like even if everyone picked up the garbage, and if you saw garbage on the ground and picked it up, then if everyone did that, well, the garbage wouldn't be nearly as bad, and it would all make it into trash cans and stuff better. So yeah, being aware of this, being aware of what you're consuming and stuff also, because there's a lot of types of fish and animals that are like very contaminated with microplastics, and this can be brought into your body, and then that has health risks for you and your children. And then this just gave me a new perspective on like when I see trash on the ground walking from a parking lot to a store, or like when I'm walking through a park, I pick it up now and just throw it away. So our rule for a cleaner tomorrow: microplastics are a growing threat. Make sure you're picking them up. Make sure that they're not anywhere. Plastic waste is pretty much everywhere, and anywhere that you see it, if you're able to pick it up, that would help. Everyone has a role in helping pick this up, and that is why I have a challenge. I challenge you to pick up garbage anytime you see it. Like if you're just walking into a store, you don't have to go out and pick up a park like out of your day, but when you're going into a store or something, it only takes a minute to go walk out of your way to pick up some garbage. Thank you. Any questions?
Do you want to turn around?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
No, you don't have to.
Very nice.